She acts cold, but she's dying for you inside. Hidden signs women use when they secretly like you. Modern Stoic. Women often mask their true feelings, not because they don't care, but because they're unsure of how you'll react. It's a delicate dance on the outside. She may seem distant or indifferent, but beneath the surface, she's testing the waters, waiting for you to prove you're worthy of her trust and vulnerability. It's a game of patience and subtlety. The challenge is to read beyond the surface and recognize the hidden signs she's quietly sending your way. Time and time again, we witness this dynamic. She may act tough, but her mind is filled with thoughts of you. The question is, can you see through her guarded demeanor and catch the signals she's not openly sharing? Now, let's dive in and explore the subtle signs that can reveal what she's really feeling beneath that cool exterior. Point 1. She's playing the long game, understanding her subtle strategies for building emotional connection. Women are not interested in short-lived connections. They crave depth and emotional security that endures. The mistake most men make: they rush things, thinking a quick spark equals true attraction. They try to force chemistry, speeding up the process, and end up losing what could have been a lasting bond. You must stop chasing fleeting moments. Instead, embrace the power of patience and long-term emotional investment. As Marcus Aurelius, a true master of Stoic wisdom, said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. A woman, like anyone else, is seeking a partner who can weather life's storms, who is steady, reliable, and patient." That is what the Stoic life teaches us. It's about understanding that true connection comes from emotional depth, not from fast-paced desires. You must show her that you are capable of building something lasting. Patience isn't just a virtue, it's a strategy. The women who appear cold, aloof, or distant aren't playing hard to get. They're simply assessing whether you are a man worth investing in for the long haul. This is where most men fail. They don't understand the long game. But this is your opportunity to change the course. When you apply Stoic lessons, you stop focusing on quick win. You embrace a mindset of emotional resilience, understanding that meaningful relationships take time, that you must be patient, and you must prove your worth not in moments of attraction, but in steady, consistent effort. You must be the man who sees the bigger picture, who doesn't rush, who doesn't demand instant gratification. Instead, you master life through self-control, wisdom, and the ability to see beyond the present. When you do this, you are not just building her interest, you are building trust, emotional connection, and a deep, lasting bond. That's how you win. You win by being patient. You win by being steady. You win by playing the long game. Women respect a man who doesn't give up after the first sign of difficulty. They respect a man who understands that true relationships are nurtured over time, not rushed in a day. That's how you show you're worth her trust. Be the Stoic man and watch the emotional connection grow, slowly but surely, until it becomes unshakable. So if you want to attract her in a way that will last, be patient. Build a connection that lasts. Show her that you're not just here for the moment, but for the long journey ahead. This is the Stoic way. This is how you win her heart. Point 2. She brings up other women just to test if she still has emotional leverage. You've seen it happen, right? She casually drops a mention of another woman, maybe an ex, a co-worker, or someone she knows, all while keeping her eyes trained on you. You might think it's a throwaway comment, but no, my friend, it's much more. This is a test, and it's not about the other woman. It's about you. Specifically, It's about whether or not she still has emotional leverage over you. What most men do wrong. Here's where many men slip up. They react. And it's not just any reaction. It's a knee-jerk one. They might get defensive, competitive, or even jealous. Suddenly, they feel the need to prove something, like they need to stake their claim. They might ask, "Why are you talking about her?" Or worse, they start to get visibly upset. It just proves one thing to her: you're insecure, not emotionally mature, and definitely not in control of your feelings. And that, my friend, is like waving a red flag in front of a bull. It draws attention, and not the right kind. But you must understand, this is exactly what she's waiting for. By getting rattled, you're feeding her uncertainty. She's testing your emotional strength. She's looking for cracks in your armor. So when you react negatively, she sees that you can't handle the situation with composure. The worst part, it creates a distance. She'll wonder, can he really handle the ups and downs of a relationship, or will he fold the moment something challenges him? What to do instead? Stay calm and show emotional mastery. The old Stoic way of thinking has always been about mastering one's emotions, not letting them control you. And that is exactly what you must do in this situation. Don't get pulled into the emotional game. When she mentions another woman, stay calm. Don't change your tone. Don't shift your body language. Let her talk and just listen. Respond with a sense of ease and confidence, showing that you're secure in yourself and in your place with her. Remember, this isn't about the other women she's talking about. It's about you. You have to show her that you're unshaken, that you are emotionally mature enough to let her play these games without losing your cool. That's what she's really looking for: your ability to stay grounded. Don't let her push your buttons, and don't chase her approval. Be the steady, reliable presence she can depend on. This is where Stoicism comes into play, my friend. With Stoicism, you learn to rise above emotional turbulence, to remain calm in the face of challenges, and to always think before you act. The blessing of Stoicism is that it gives you control over your emotions, and in this case, it will help you remain unaffected by her attempts to test you. Why it matters. This is a test of emotional stability. Why does this test matter so much? Because relationships are built on emotional strength. This moment is about more than whether or not you're threatened by another woman. It's about showing her that you have the maturity and self-control to handle the emotional stability required for a healthy partnership. If you get rattled by something so small, how will you handle bigger challenges in the future? She's trying to figure out if you are the type of man who can maintain his emotional stability, no matter what life throws at you. When you pass this test, when you remain calm and composed, you demonstrate strength of character. That is the foundation for any solid relationship. And trust me, that kind of strength is magnetic. It attracts her on a much deeper level than any outward display of jealousy or insecurity ever could. So the next time she mentions another woman, take a deep breath. Let it roll off you. Don't react. And show her that your emotional strength and maturity are as unwavering as the old Stoic philosophers. You must stay calm. You'll not only pass the test, but you'll win her respect and admiration as well. Point 3. She creates emotional distance to see if you'll chase. She may act distant, but beneath the surface, she's secretly craving your attention. You might wonder why she pulls away, seemingly cold. This is a test. She wants to know if you will chase her, but most men fail here. They panic, rushing after her, desperate to regain her attention. That's exactly what she wants to avoid. She's not looking for desperation. She's testing your strength, your Stoic mindset. Don't chase her. This is where you must master Stoic lessons. When she creates emotional space, you must remain calm and composed. The key is to show emotional maturity. When you stand your ground and don't buckle under pressure, you're demonstrating one of the most powerful traits a man can have: emotional independence. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy, Marcus Aurelius once said. And the same applies here. When she creates distance, it's not a sign to panic, but an opportunity to display your stoic life. You must embrace the space she's giving and make it clear that your value doesn't hinge on her attention. Your emotional stability, your ability to hold steady in the face of uncertainty, speaks volumes about your worth. Let her feel the silence, and let her feel that you can stand alone without needing her validation to define your worth. This is powerful. When you don't chase her, you show that you're not driven by emotional dependency, but by a solid stoic inner core. Women respect a man who remains unshaken, whose value is not dictated by anyone else's actions or moods. Holding your ground isn't a weakness, it's a mark of inner strength. Remember, you are a man who doesn't need external validation. That is the essence of the Stoic way to live by your principles, to remain grounded no matter the circumstances. The power you hold in these moments is undeniable. You're not playing games, you're standing firm in your own self-worth, and that will make her notice you. When you don't chase, you make her realize that your life is full, your sense of self strong, and she isn't the center of your universe. That's a man who attracts respect, admiration, and desire. It's the Stoic life in action, the art of letting things come to you without desperation, showing that your value remains constant, no matter the external circumstances. So, let her pull away, stay calm, stay composed, and watch how the dynamic shifts. You must be the steady force she's subconsciously seeking. Point 4. She delays replying but rereads your texts like they hold the answer to something deeper. She may take her time to reply, but when she does, she savors every word in your message, rereading it as if there's something hidden between the lines. Now, here's where most men mess up. A delayed response triggers a wave of insecurity. You start wondering if she's lost interest, and in a panic, you bombard her with messages that scream desperation. Stop right there. Do not hit send on that follow-up text. It's a mistake that will only push her further away. Here's the real deal: women aren't always quick to respond because they're deeply reflecting on their feelings. She's testing the waters, figuring out how much you matter to her, weighing your words, and deciding how she truly feels about you. The trick is to be patient. Give her the time and space she needs. Let her process her emotions without your constant interruption. If you can hold steady and not flood her inbox, you're showing her that you're emotionally grounded. You've mastered the blessing of Stoicism, a modern Stoic in action, perfectly embodying emotional control. This calm presence is way more attractive than any frantic texts asking, "Are you mad at me?" or "What's wrong?" by not reacting impulsively. You demonstrate that you don't need constant validation to feel secure. That kind of emotional maturity is the opposite of needy. It's magnetic. Women can feel it when you don't crumble under the weight of silence. It tells her that you are confident, self-assured, and above all, capable of managing your emotions, which is key to keeping her interest. Remember, silence isn't a signal of disinterest. It's a sign she's figuring things out. You must allow her the space to come to her own conclusions. By staying cool and not over-texting, you're doing more for your relationship than if you were to rush to fill the void. It's about emotional control, patience, and confidence, the cornerstones of a modern Stoic, and the things that keep her intrigued. Don't be the guy who panics at the first sign of a delay. Be the man who knows how to wait, with the unshakable calm of a true Stoic. Point 5. She's cold in public, but secretly notices every time you looked at her and didn't flinch. When she acts cold in public, don't mistake it for disinterest. She's likely testing you. Many men make the mistake of interpreting her cool demeanor as a sign to back off, to retreat into themselves and distance themselves from the situation. They assume that because she's not warm or engaging in public, she's not interested. And in doing so, they fail to realize the underlying truth. Her behavior isn't a rejection, it's an invitation. It's a challenge to see how you handle her emotional distance. When she gives you that cold exterior, she's not trying to push you away. She's testing whether you have the emotional strength to remain unaffected, to stand strong in your sense of self, and to not be swayed by her public display. This is where many men fail, but you must see this moment as an opportunity. You must recognize that your emotional response is yours to control. And it's in these moments of challenge that your true strength will shine through. The Stoic life teaches us one undeniable truth. Our emotions are our responsibility, and we are the masters of them. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. This principle should guide you in moments like these, when she looks at you coldly, when she acts as if she couldn't care less. Don't take it personally. Instead, respond with strength, poise, and an unshakable inner calm. You must show her that her coldness doesn't affect you. You must remain steady, calm, and unaffected by her behavior. The secret is simple. Keep acting as if nothing has changed. Keep moving through the world with your confidence intact. Don't make a spectacle of it. When she notices you, acknowledge her with subtle eye contact. Don't look for her approval. Don't seek her validation. You are not performing for her. You are demonstrating to yourself and to her that you are secure, emotionally grounded, and unaffected by her outward display. You are, in essence, proving that you are consistent and emotionally resilient. Qualities that are at the heart of Stoic lessons. Don't allow her exterior to throw you off course. Her public coldness isn't a sign to back down. It's a test to see if you can stay grounded, to see if you can stay true to who you are, even when the outside world, including her, may try to throw you off balance. She's not necessarily rejecting you. She's testing your emotional consistency, your ability to remain steady in the face of her challenge. In modern life, we are constantly bombarded with distractions, temptations, and challenges that test our emotional resilience. But it's in these moments of pressure that we must rise. It's when the world expects us to falter that we must stand tall. This is where you can excel, by not being shaken by her coldness, by showing that you are a man who remains steadfast, regardless of external circumstances. You must master this. As you develop this emotional control, you will see how it impacts every aspect of your life, not just relationships. The Stoic way of life teaches us that we must remain unaffected by the opinions of others, that we are to control our reactions and cultivate inner peace. Remember, in these moments, your challenge is not to win her over through force or emotional reactions. Your challenge is to demonstrate your emotional fortitude, to show that you cannot be swayed by her demeanor. This is a powerful test, and the true reward is not just her attention, it's the mastery of your own emotional state, the victory of emotional consistency. Don't back down. Stay the course. The ability to remain stoic in the face of emotional tests is what makes a man truly unshakable. Point 6. She downplays her interest in you but mirrors your energy with surgical precision. In the modern world, many men fail to grasp the subtle but powerful signs that women give when they secretly like you. One of the most telling behaviors is when she downplays her interest in you, yet mirrors your energy with laser-like precision. This is where most men go wrong. They misinterpret her subtlety as disinterest and, as a result, back off, assuming she's not into them. The truth is, if she's mirroring your tone, your movements, even your habits, she's emotionally engaged with you, even if she's not vocalizing it. Don't fall into the trap of thinking her actions are neutral. Every little detail matters. You must be keen, aware, and attuned to the fact that she's showing you she's interested, even if it's not in an overt, obvious way. This isn't a game. It's a sign that she's emotionally invested, just choosing a more stoic approach to express it. By embracing stoic lessons, you understand the value of observing, of reading between the lines, and not reacting too quickly or impulsively. Be patient and focus on what's in front of you. Remember the teachings of Marcus Aurelius. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Don't mistake silence or restraint for lack of affection. This is her way of testing the waters. She wants to know you can handle this subtle dance without crumbling or overreacting. If you want to master this, you must mirror her stoic mindset, maintaining your own composure, never allowing her actions to rattle you. Keep your cool. Look for those quiet signs. Don't let them slip away. She may not speak it loudly, but her actions, her subtle gestures are screaming that she's already into you. Stay alert. Be proactive. In the Stoic life, patience is power. By staying grounded and aware, you become the man who can read the signs, act decisively, and turn those subtle signals into victory. You must not lose your confidence. Let self-doubt creep in, or let the uncertainty make you second-guess yourself. Instead, trust your instincts, your ability to read the situation and maintain control. This is your opportunity to dominate your own life, navigate these hidden signals, and build a deep connection. That is how you take command of this interaction, turning it into an undeniable win. Keep pushing forward with strength and determination, and you'll be amazed at the results. Point 7. She avoids physical touch but positions herself close enough to feel your presence. Don't make the mistake of misinterpreting this subtle behavior. Many men mistakenly think that when a woman avoids physical contact, it's a clear indication of disinterest. They panic and, in their desperation, try to push for more too quickly, often leading to awkwardness or making her uncomfortable. But here's the thing in this delicate dance of attraction. It's not about rushing in or forcing intimacy. It's about patience, self-awareness, and understanding the nuances that lie beneath her actions. This is where embracing the modern Stoic mindset can truly benefit you. The blessing of Stoicism teaches us how to be grounded and composed in situations that might normally provoke anxiety or impatience. When she positions herself near you, when she locks eyes with you, or when she leans in just a little closer, this isn't an accidental gesture. These small actions are signs of interest and attraction, but they also come with an unspoken test. She's giving you a chance, waiting for you to step up and take the initiative, but only if you do it with subtlety, grace, and, most importantly, confidence. This is not a moment to act out of insecurity or rush toward physical closeness too soon. Instead, take a step back, respect her space, but don't pull away entirely. Recognize that what she's doing is her way of checking to see how you handle the tension between proximity and respect. It's a test of emotional intelligence, maturity, and patience. Can you create a deeper connection without overstepping her boundaries? Can you remain cool under the subtle pressure she's applying without making her feel cornered or rushed? That's the real question. The blessing of Stoicism here lies in your ability to manage your emotions. You must be able to resist the urge to dive in and take things further too quickly. You don't need to force the issue because you know that attraction builds on trust, respect, and understanding, not on pushing someone into something they're not ready for. You must show emotional maturity. It's about reading the room, understanding the signs, and responding in a way that matches her subtle invitations without overdoing it. Your silence and calm presence are just as important as any word or action. Your confidence lies in knowing that you don't need to rush her or chase her. Instead, you allow things to unfold naturally, at a pace that feels comfortable for both of you. This is a critical moment where emotional intelligence shines. Can you show her that you're comfortable with the space between you and, without overstepping? Allow her to feel safe and respected. This creates a much deeper connection than if you were to just rush in. You must remember that when she positions herself close to you, she's testing your ability to manage tension, emotional and physical, without pushing her. This is where the blessing of Stoicism comes in. You know that patience is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of strength. By holding back when necessary and waiting for the right moment, you are proving that you can manage yourself under pressure. It's not about jumping in for immediate gratification. It's about the long game, creating a real, lasting connection that will stand the test of time. So, what does this mean for you as a man navigating these signs? You must not be in a rush. Be patient. Be confident. And above all, be observant. The subtle clues she gives you aren't there by accident. They're deliberate. She's testing your emotional intelligence, and she wants to know if you have the maturity to create a meaningful connection without forcing the issue. That's how attraction grows slowly, deliberately, with respect and trust. By using your modern Stoic mindset, you embrace the wisdom of taking your time and allowing things to evolve naturally. You know that true connection doesn't happen in a rush. It happens when two people respect each other's boundaries and understand that emotional and physical intimacy builds over time. So, don't overthink it or rush into anything. Show that you can handle the subtle tension she's creating, and you'll stand out as a man who understands the blessing of Stoicism, the ability to remain calm, poised, and composed when the stakes are high. When the time is right, you'll know how to make your move with confidence, and it will make all the difference in the connection you build. Point 8. She maintains a poker face but subtly highlights her best features when you're around. She may maintain a poker face, appearing cold, distant, or even indifferent. But underneath, she's quietly craving your attention. It's easy to misinterpret this facade as rejection, but in reality, it's a subtle invitation to understand her on a deeper level. What most men fail to grasp is that her cold demeanor isn't a wall that can be broken by force. It's a challenge, a test of your composure and patience. Most men, eager to break through, try to push harder. They talk more, engage with more intensity, believing that if they just keep going, she will eventually warm up. But this approach often backfires. The more they push, the more they inadvertently reinforce her emotional guard. Instead of connecting, they create distance. What you must do, however, is the opposite. You must stay calm. Don't push. Don't force anything. The key is to observe, to wait for her to reveal herself at her own pace. She may give you small clues, subtle signs of vulnerability. Perhaps she adjusts her hair, or a faint smile escapes her lips. These are the moments you must recognize. These are the signals she's sending, quietly telling you that beneath that cool exterior, there's a woman who is drawn to you. But here's the truth, these signs are fleeting. They are easy to miss if you're too eager to break through her defenses. The Stoic lessons teach us that true strength lies in restraint, not in force. You must be the one who remains composed, calm, and unwavering. The Stoic life isn't about rushing or forcing emotions, it's about patience, understanding, and allowing things to unfold naturally. When you give her space, when you let her guard down at her own pace, you are demonstrating strength, real strength. By embodying the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, you show that you are not desperate for validation. You don't need to rush her feelings, because you understand that true connection is built over time, not through manipulation or coercion. Her small gestures are important. It's in the way she subtly tilts her head when you speak, the way her body language shifts when you're close. These are the moments that matter. You must learn to read them. They are your map, guiding you toward the truth of her feeling. When you maintain composure, when you allow her to feel safe in your presence, you create an environment where she can slowly lower her emotional guard. He who is brave is free, Seneca wisely said, and this freedom comes not from forcing an outcome, but from letting things happen in their own time. You must become a master of patience, a man who isn't controlled by the need for immediate gratification. Instead, you exude confidence, strength, and understanding. You understand the power of silence and stillness. By staying calm and composed, you are not just winning her heart, you are mastering yourself. You must realize that women in their complexity are not trying to reject you, they are testing you. They want to see if you have the emotional intelligence and strength to recognize their signals and respect their boundaries. The Stoic mindset teaches that life isn't about forcing things to happen. It's about being able to endure the challenges, the quiet moments, and still maintain control over your emotions. In relationships, as in life, this is where the true victories lie. By embodying the Stoic virtues of patience and wisdom, you create an environment where she feels safe enough to lower her walls. And that's when you truly win her heart. It's not through force. It's not through manipulation. It's through understanding, patience, and strength, the Stoic way. You must act with the quiet power of someone who knows that real connection comes from patience, from observing the small signs and letting her feel comfortable enough to reveal her true feelings. You are not in a rush. You are playing the long game, and in doing so, you win her trust and admiration. This is the power of Stoic lessons in action, the power of mastering yourself and using patience as your greatest strength. Point 9. She seems indifferent, but never fully closes the door because part of her wants you to knock louder. She may seem indifferent, maybe even a little cold at times. But don't be deceived, she's not shutting the door on you. In fact, part of her is quietly waiting for you to knock a little louder, to prove you're worth the effort. What's the biggest mistake most men make here? They see her detached behavior, misread the signals, and assume she's not interested, so they back off, thinking it's time to move on and look for someone who'll show more immediate affection. Don't make that mistake. You must resist the urge to throw in the towel too early. Keep your focus locked on your own life, your goals, your personal growth. Don't let her coldness fool you into thinking you need to chase her or shift your world to cater to her whims. That's the trap men often fall into, believing that bending over backward or chasing her relentlessly will win her over. But that's not the way to handle it. Instead, be the one who stands firm in your own life. Do not fall into the temptation to get lost in her signals. The real strength lies in staying true to your journey, in knowing your value, and in not waiting around for her validation. The blessing of Stoicism comes in understanding this. You are not defined by her attention or her lack of it. You are a modern Stoic, living with a sense of purpose that's greater than the games people play in the dating world. Let her see that you have your own path, that you're not sitting around idly waiting for her to notice you. And most importantly, don't chase her or seek her approval. She needs to see you live with a sense of meaning and direction, knowing you won't bend or change your course just to grab her attention. Why does this matter? Because whether she admits it or not, she's testing you. She wants to see if you have the strength, the backbone, and the emotional control to walk away from her lack of interest and still maintain your purpose in life. She's not looking for someone who will drop everything for her. She's looking for someone who has his own ambitions, his own life to lead, and yet is still willing to engage with her on equal footing. This is where you show her your worth, not by chasing after her, but by staying true to your own path. The moment you stop chasing, stop bending to her every whim, and focus entirely on yourself, that's when things change. She'll begin to see you in a new light. She'll start coming to you. Why? Because she'll realize the value in someone who can walk away and keep going. Someone who doesn't need her validation to thrive. So, here's the key. Don't fall for the game of proving yourself by constantly seeking her out or changing who you are to match her mood swings. Instead, become the person who is always moving forward, regardless of how she reacts. When you stop seeking her attention, you will naturally attract it. This is the power of being a modern Stoic. It's about not getting swayed by her indifference, not letting her coldness affect your inner peace or your self-worth. You must learn to live your life with purpose, focus, and strength, no matter what signals she's sending. When you embody that kind of strength, you will be irresistible, not because you chase her, but because you're too busy chasing your own dreams. You must trust that by staying true to your own values and ambitions, she will eventually recognize your worth. And when she does, it will be on her terms, not yours. So don't ever feel desperate. Don't waste energy trying to decode her every move, and certainly, don't lose yourself in the process. That is the essence of the modern Stoic, and that's when you'll truly discover the power of attraction that comes from within. Point 10. She keeps conversation superficial yet watches your every micro-expression like a lie detector. She keeps conversation superficial, yet watches your every micro-expression like a lie detector. Many men miss the deeper layer of this behavior, and they get frustrated when their attempts to engage in meaningful conversation are met with distant or casual responses. It's easy to feel like you're not getting anywhere, as if she's not interested in opening up. But here's the reality: it's not about her playing hard to get or avoiding you. She's silently observing, analyzing every movement, every twitch of your eye, every pause in your speech. In fact, she's studying you, looking for subtle clues about your authenticity, your emotional depth, and whether or not you're genuinely trustworthy. What most men get wrong is assuming that they need to impress her with their charm, with flashy words, or with attempts to be something they're not. That is a critical mistake. In truth, she doesn't need a grand performance. What she's really searching for is an indication that you are emotionally secure and grounded in who you are. This is where the concept of modern Stoicism can really work in your favor. A modern Stoic doesn't get rattled by superficial exchanges. He remains calm and composed, unaffected by fleeting emotions or surface-level interactions. He understands that true strength comes from within, from emotional stability, and from being authentic. His presence alone, unshaken by the ups and downs of daily life, creates a space where others, especially women, feel safe enough to drop their defenses. In the world of modern dating, this is a powerful asset. You must stop trying to dazzle her with grandiose conversations or performative gestures. Instead, focus on the small and subtle details, the things that women are naturally drawn to. Pay attention to your body language, your tone of voice, the way you carry yourself. These are the real indicators of your emotional depth. Your eyes, your posture, the way you react to the smallest things, these are the signals that communicate your authenticity far more than anything you say. And this is where the blessing of Stoicism really shows its power. By staying grounded in your own emotions and maintaining your composure in challenging or uncertain situations, you create an environment where she feels comfortable enough to open up. She doesn't need to be convinced with words or flashy displays of attention. What she craves is an atmosphere of trust, one where she feels safe to let down her guard. This is not about impressing her with your knowledge, your humor, or your ability to talk a big game. It's about showing emotional depth, demonstrating that you're someone who doesn't need validation from others to feel secure in who you are. This kind of emotional maturity is magnetic. It tells her that you're not just seeking her approval. You're interested in a genuine connection that goes beyond surface-level attraction. Why does this matter? Because when you show her that you are emotionally secure, that you are unaffected by her sometimes distant or superficial behavior, you open the door for her to feel emotionally safe with you. She will begin to trust you more, not because of what you say, but because of how you make her feel. The moment you stop trying to impress her and instead focus on being authentic, that's when the real connection begins. That's when vulnerability is possible. When she feels emotionally safe with you, that's when she'll start to let her guard down and reveal her true feelings. This is where the blessing of Stoicism really applies. The Stoic mindset is not about hiding emotions, but about mastering them. Understanding that your emotional state is a choice, not something that should be dictated by external events or superficial interactions. When you embrace this mindset, you stop relying on the approval of others to feel good about yourself. Instead, you take responsibility for your own emotional stability. And in doing so, you create a space for her to feel secure in your presence. When she senses your grounded energy, your emotional depth, she'll begin to mirror that calmness, and suddenly, the connection between you will evolve into something much deeper. It's not about rushing the process or forcing intimacy. Real connection takes time, and it's built on trust, authenticity, and emotional security. You must remain calm, composed, and true to yourself. And in doing so, you'll earn her respect and admiration. When you stay true to the modern Stoic principles, you'll see that you can attract a woman not by playing games or seeking constant validation, but by showing her the quiet strength of your emotional depth. Be consistent, be patient, and watch how the dynamics shift as she begins to trust you, to let go of her superficial behavior, and to share the vulnerability she has been hiding inside all along. Bonus point: she acts unimpressed but reacts strongly when you withdraw your attention. She acts distant, aloof, or even uninterested. She may seem like she's impervious to your efforts, like she doesn't care at all. But here's the truth beneath that cold exterior. She's quietly yearning for your attention, silently craving your validation. It's a trap. Many men fall into the error of thinking that when a woman acts this way, they need to chase her more, to try harder, to prove themselves. This is precisely what will cause her to retreat further. You must understand this desperate pursuit repels. It does not attract. Instead, you must learn to be still, withdraw your attention. Focus on your own path. Live your life as if her opinion is irrelevant, because in truth it is. Let your actions, not your words, speak for you. Women are drawn to power. Power isn't loud. It doesn't shout for attention. Power is silent. It's calm, and it's rooted in self-respect. By pulling back, you send the message that you are not dependent on her approval. You are not seeking validation from anyone, least of all her. This is a crucial lesson in the Stoic life. You must cultivate self-mastery and remain unaffected by external validation. The obstacle is the way, said Marcus Aurelius. Every moment that tests you, like when she plays hard to get, becomes an opportunity for you to strengthen your own resolve. When you stop chasing, you will see that she will start to chase you. Or at least, she'll look at you with fresh eyes. She'll start wondering why you're no longer at her beck and call, why you are so confident, so self-sufficient. This is the power of withdrawal. It forces her to step back and reevaluate. But remember, you must stay focused. You must live your life fully. You must live like the Stoics who believed in doing what is right for oneself, regardless of the whims of others. The more you stand your ground, the more she will realize your value, not because you proved it to her, but because you proved it to yourself. Embrace your strength, your inner power, and become the man who does not need to prove anything. In the words of the great Marcus Aurelius, be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. The Stoic lessons guide you to act with wisdom, not desperation. Let her come to you. You must not beg for attention. You must command it through your actions, your choices, and your mindset. Stay the course, and you will master this situation. Hey there. Thanks so much for sticking with us until the end. Now here's the thing, if you've noticed these signs in someone, don't rush to conclusions. It's easy to get caught up in playing games or trying to read between every word and gesture. But remember, real connection comes from understanding and patience, not pushing for immediate answers. If someone is acting distant or cold, take it as a sign they might be testing the waters. But don't let it confuse you or throw you off course. People, especially women, sometimes need reassurance. Just keep being genuine, show that you care, and be the consistent presence they might be secretly longing for. And if you've made it this far, drop a simple "you got me" in the comments to show you're part of this real community. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more insights, and share it with someone who might need a little extra clarity on these signs. We've got another video lined up for you right now. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow with even more valuable tips.